Robot dog is fake dog, and I can prove it. So I want to check out this sensational story. Internet oozes with fear over viral Twitter video of weaponized robot dog called Skynet. Bum bum bum. Let's take a look at what we're seeing here. I want you to pay very close attention. This is a submachine gun, and this one has a folding hollow stock. And we're going to pay very close attention, viewers, to what we can see through this hollow stock as I go frame by frame on this video from Sky News. What's that? What we're paying attention to is, look at this line of really long pavers that makes the end of this bunch of paving bricks. Okay, you can see there's this long unbroken line of pavers. That's all unbroken. Alright, now we're going to look at this part of the rifle. The folding stock, and in particular, area inside of the folding stock. Alright, so the line of paving bricks, looking at it through this gap in the stock, should be able to clearly see that line of pavers. And here is the frame where it suddenly appears. Like it's not there at all. You can see through the stock is the gravel, even though it should be paving bricks. And in one frame, the paving brick appears. This is fake. This is CGI. This is a model, a 3D model of a dog, robot dog with a weapon on the top and a camera on top of that, which we'll get to in a moment. So this is a model. Its shadow is therefore a model. And I believe these targets are also 3D models as well. Probably did the dog model with software called Blender, and whichever video editing software that they wanted to composite those two with. I would have gone with DaVinci because it's free. So let's say this 3D gun is a model that's superimposed onto this background. The area around the model where the background and the model blend together is called a mask, and it's usually blurred. So we're looking at the straight edges around the weapon, and we're looking at the areas around the straight edges of the weapon to look for any discrepancies that moves. If it's just a normal video of a normal gun doing normal gun things against a normal background, none of these backgrounds will blur or change as the gun moves over them, and the gun itself won't change shape or have any changes in shadow or anything, or light reflections as it moves around. If we're to go from here backwards, and all of a sudden it's in shadow, that's kind of suspicious. You know, like here, watch this antenna. As we go this way, disappears. Half of it's disappeared there. Why would that be happening? If this is just normal video of a normal thing happening on a normal day, filmed by a normal camera, why are there things disappearing? Like, why is that razor sharp, that edge? Why does it look like it should, basically? And then as we move forward, see it blur? See that lack of definition there? Almost like a change of length as well. Let's watch this in real time and look at those edges that I was talking about. Can you see that? This is just one very short clip that Sky News has taken from another video. Here's another video. I don't know where they got this super high resolution still image. And here we can see pretty clearly it's mounted with like a locking GoPro mount. So that screws in and that tightens this down. That camera's not going anywhere. Its point of view is rigidly rock solid. And the camera is mounted inside that camera case. There's no pan, there's no tilt, there's no nothing. That's just rigidly mounted onto there so that this camera's point of view is looking through that hollow side at the front. Alright, so we've got that rigidly mounted GoPro. Here we go, and we're going forward. Dog's starting to turn. Dog stops turning, right, when the ACOG stops moving in relation to this background. So you can see sort of like, sorry, the hollow sight. You can see through the hollow sight, the terrain's there. Terrain has stopped. So we've stopped moving. You can just see the roof here, but the camera keeps turning. Right, this camera, which is meant to be mounted solidly, look at these side parts of the of like the tops of the rails here. Look at how the camera moves. That's not mounted. That's not sort of mounted in and screwed down. Here's another thing. Shadows don't really sort of mess around. Here's the sun just outside of shot. You can see the little God rays coming down. And you can see some lens flare here. So yeah, the sun's up here. And here's our shadow off the first target. If we go straight down, it's getting close to 180. We're probably looking at, oh, I don't know, that'd be maybe 200 degrees, 190-ish, I don't know. Now look at this one, all right, hit straight down. If you go straight down this pole, look where the shadow is in relation to a straight line continuing straight down the pole. Now look at this one, straight line down the pole, look at the shadow. It's not even close. Like, those angles make no sense at all, which tells me that these targets aren't there either. They haven't sort of carried those in and just used them. These are CGI targets. We're going to look for the disconnect between the sound of the weapon being fired and the hole appearing in the target. Look for the lag. The second shot is the one that makes this hole here, we'll assume. So we're listening for the second shot and looking for that hole to appear afterwards. Slowest bullet ever. Come on. See that second bullet hole? Alright. Fires the shot. No bullet hole. There's your bullet hole. The spent brass has almost stopped rolling by the time the bullet hole appears. Wow. And it fades in. It doesn't just appear in one frame as you would expect from a hole from a bullet passing through a target at that range. It takes like 3 frames for that bullet hole to actually appear. My goodness, that's really bad. Look at the lines inside of the stock here. See the inconsistencies, how it keeps breaking. Even more to the point, watch here when it stops firing and starts walking forward. Sorry, let me just start here. Okay, so it's fired its burst. Now I've paused again and let's go forward frame by frame looking at that same spot at the stock. You see that in some of these shots, you can see this one in particular, the line's broken in the middle of it, like the overlay mask has broken it. Also take a look here at the gravel. Look at this gravel and look at the muzzle and look at this square of blurred out pixels. Let's just change a frame back or two. You can see how the overlay mask is having trouble dealing with what we're looking at here. This one in particular is just, this is atrocious. This is some really bad CGI. So here you can see we've got this color of the gravel extending back past the line where the pavers should be. Okay, so all of the area inside of the stock still has the mask of gravel. We go back one frame, there should be, you should be able to see the line of the pavers there. We'll go back another frame. Definitely should be able to see the pavers in between this, in that gap in the stock. One more frame. There's the paver. See it appear and disappear? That we've got like this dirt brown gravel color, and then in the very next frame, that turns into pavers. This is fake. And this is so obviously a composite. It's a reasonably good one, but it's not a great one.